Hello and welcome into this week's edition of the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Rewind Show right here on Racing News Now. As always, I'm your host, Garth Allen. Thank you once again for joining me today. If this is your first time catching a Racing News Now video, consider going down below and hitting that subscribe button and ringing the bell for notifications so you don't miss a thing going forward from RNN. On today's edition of the Trucks Rewind, we're looking back at tonight's 22nd Annual World of Westgate 200. 144 laps, went a bit into overtime in this one, 216 miles, around the 1.5 mile Las Vegas Motor Speedway out there in Las Vegas, Nevada. 11 caution flags in this race for 47 laps. First one came at lap 5 very early on in the race. Fluid on the track from the number 20 of Tanner Thorson, who got into a bit of an incident. He was out pretty early in this one. Stage 1 ended at lap 30 with Noah Gragson picking up the Stage 1 victory. I'm getting a stage ahead of myself here. Caution flags in stage number 2, lap 47. We had a caution flag for the 17 truck Ebola Mastis getting into the wall in turn number 3. That brought out the caution. And then stage 2 ended at lap 60. That was won by Grant Enfinger. Stage 3, we had a bunch of cautions. Lap 84, the 4 of Todd Gilliland and the 97 of Jesse Little getting together as they went down into turn number 1. Lap 101, the 8 of John Hunter Nemechek, the 52 of Stuart Friesen, 98 of Grant Enfinger, and the 88 of Matt Crafton all getting together in turn number 2. Lap 114, Stuart Friesen in his second caution of the night as he spun on the front stretch. Lap 122, the 04 of Corey Roper stopped on pit road. Third caution of the night for Stuart Friesen happened on lap 131 as he spun down the front stretch again. Lap 135, the 2 truck of Cody Coughlin, the 8 of John Hunter Nemechek, and the 30 of Austin Terrio all got together on the back stretch. 139, a big multi-truck incident on the front stretch to set up the third overtime of the night. That involved the 02 of Austin Hill, the 3 of Jordan Anderson, the 8 of John Hunter Nemechek, the 25 of Timothy Peters, the 30 of Austin Terrio, the 38 of TJ Bell, the 52 of Stuart Friesen, the 54 of Scott Eggleston, and the 97 of Jesse Little. This was all as Brett Moffitt, the leader at the time, was just feet from the start-finish line from taking the white flag and ending the race. So we re-racked him for a third overtime in this race after a red flag of just shy of 11 minutes to clean up that incident. 21 lead changes on the night among 9 drivers. Grant Enfinger led the most laps tonight with 40 laps led. Noah Gragson also strong on the night. He led 33 laps. 21 laps went to Johnny Sauter, matching his truck number. 17 laps went to Stuart Friesen before he got caught up in all of his incidents. Let's see here. 18 laps also went to Brett Moffitt. 5 laps were led by Todd Gilliland. 4 laps apiece went to Ben Rhodes and Matt Crafton, as well as 2 laps led by Jordan Anderson. All right, let's get into your results on the night. After 3 overtimes to decide this one, and a sputter on the final restart by Brett Moffitt. Not enough fuel in the pickup box. That relinquished the lead on the final restart to Grant Enfinger, and he was able to hold everyone off for 2 laps on the final overtime to win his first race of the season, his second career Truck Series victory, to advance him to the round of 6 in this year's playoffs. Johnny Sauter came home a strong second. Your winner from Mosport from a few weeks ago, Justin Haley, came home with another strong finish in third. Thor Sport teammates Ben Rhodes and Matt Crafton rounded out the top 5. Rest of your top 10 were Myatt Snyder, Ross Chastain, Austin Terrio, Austin Wayne Self, and Chris Eggleston. 11th through 20th, we see Brett Moffitt down here. This is where he landed after his troubles on that final restart. Got the truck fired back up as they went back into turn number 1, but at that point the damage had been done and he had lost his chance to win the race. Jesse Little we see down here in the 15th position. Stuart Friesen, after all of his incidents on the night, had a fast truck, top 5 in both stages, 17th on the night. Last truck on the lead lap for Stuart Friesen. Noah Gragson came home 1 lap down in the 18th position. Timothy Peters there in the 19th position. 21st through 30th, John Hunter Nemechek, 6 laps off the pace in the 22nd position. Cody Coughlin, 24th. Brandon Jones in the 51 truck this week for Kyle Busch Motorsports, out early in an accident, 26th. Todd Gilliland, same for him, 27th. Riley Herbst, we've seen a couple truck starts out of him this season. We obviously have been following him full-time on the ARCA series as well this season. 29th on the night for him after getting caught up in an early accident. Bo Lamastus came home in the 30th position. And the last page down here, 31st, 32nd, Joe Nemechek and Tanner Thorson. All right, that's your results from the World of Westgate 200. Now let's head over to the Media Center. We'll see what your top finishers tonight had to say.
Just an unbelievable day. And old Pepper over here, he's pretty dry as they come, so kind of happy to see him get choked up a little bit. But we've put together individual performances that could have won a race throughout the year. Probably had a handful of coulda, woulda, shouldas. And this was the first time we put the whole package together. But really, I mean, we had speed in the truck. We won the race, which is important, but we had the best truck here. That's a testament to Thor Sport Racing, testament to Ford Performance. We've been searching for this as far as just the speed. They kind of asked me what I did different tonight. I was a little bit more aggressive, but it was the same me. We just had a heck of a truck. Even when we ended up off sequence, I wasn't really worried because our truck was so good. I got worried a few times, and we got in some bad spots, ended up hitting the wall when everything got crazy up there in turns 1 and 2, but didn't do much damage. Nobody really freaked out except me for a minute, and then it was actually Jeff Hensley calming me down for a second. But overall, just really special. Our thoughts, a lot of prayers have been going out to everybody in Carolina. It's about to get hit by a storm, but very, very thankful to have God on our side tonight. And hopefully you're able to leave here and make it home to my wife tonight.
All right, so let's take a look at your playoff grid before wrapping up here tonight with one race remaining in the first round of the truck playoffs for this season. 2 races down, 1 to go in the round of 8, and the last race of this round being the wild card, Talladega. None of these guys are safe. We see obviously Justin Haley and Grant Enfinger have advanced to the next round off of their wins. Haley's win from Mosport, Enfinger's win tonight in Vegas. They can sleep easy from now until Talladega, whereas the rest of these guys, I don't think they can. Johnny Sauter is pretty set at this point. Technically, mathematically, he could still fall out, but he's got enough of a cushion that I think he's pretty safe. Noah Gragson's right there on the bubble. 23 points is a pretty good distance to be above the cut line, but I don't know that he's necessarily safe if he gets taken out early. And we have a good run from Ben Rhodes and or Stuart Friesen at Talladega. Not necessarily safe for Noah Gragson. Same thing for Brett Moffitt. 18 points is a pretty good gap, but if you get taken out early, that gap gets erased pretty quickly. And obviously down here, Matt Crafton, not really safe at all. And then Ben Rhodes, Stuart Friesen, they're close enough that if they don't have any problems at Talladega, they could definitely capitalize on anyone else's problems. So, definitely not a set top 6 to go into the next round right now. And it never is with Talladega being the last race of the round. Definitely could have a huge shakeup at Talladega. I definitely would not look at Sauter, Gragson, Moffitt, and Crafton being your other 4 guys to advance to the next round. They very well could. I wouldn't look at them as sure things, though, by any stretch of the imagination, because there could be a lot happen at Talladega. There always is. And we've had some pretty good wild cards in this round. We had some pretty crazy things happen tonight that we didn't expect to happen, that shook up the playoff grid a little bit. Brett Moffitt specifically, Stuart Friesen also having a really bad night. And then Mosport's always a wild card. You don't expect Mosport to be a wild card, and then it always seems to be. I don't understand how that always seems to happen. And then Talladega, of course, is Talladega. So just so many things that could happen here in the final race of this first round. I'm excited as we head toward Talladega to see who does advance to the round of 6 this year in the truck playoffs. But that'll do it for us tonight here on the Camping World Truck Series Rewind show. We will be in Salem, Indiana at Salem Speedway tomorrow. Or I guess it's today by the time this goes up. Saturday, doing our normal live coverage from the ARCA Racing Series event down there. It is a throwback race, Darlington style. So there should be some pretty cool paint schemes around and maybe a little bit more to add to the throwback flavor. So we'll have to see how that all goes down there. I know I've seen some pretty cool throwbacks already for that race. I'm excited to get down there and see what they have in store. Salem's always a good race as well, so that'll be fun. If you haven't seen our live coverage from these races, you will definitely want to. So if you haven't gone down below and hit that subscribe button, rung the bell, you need to do it to get those notifications from the bell. That way you don't miss any of that, our live coverage from these ARCA races and everything else that we do here on RNN. It's always a fun time. And hit that big thumbs up button if you like the video. It is much appreciated when you do. So with that, this has been the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Rewind Show. I'm Garth Allen for Racing News Now.